Hi, welcome. Chapter 8. We're going to go through the basic coding steps for PCS. Okay, so with this, again, make sure you're in your textbook. Make sure you have your PCS book on hand. So the first thing, you locate the main term in your alpha index just like you do in CM. You follow any cross-reference instructions. You obtain the first 3 to 4 characters for that procedure. And sometimes you get the whole 7-character code right there. Okay, so then after that, you find the table, you review the section, the body system, the root operation definition, and verify that the first 3 characters referenced by the index are correct. So continue building that code by selecting a value from each column for the remaining 4 characters. Okay, so once again, we talked about how you have the columns. Okay, you have rows, you have columns. Again, you can't jump from one to the other. So again, you select a value from the body part column, and then you have to go over to the column in the same row for the 5th character for the approach. Same thing, same, you can't jump down to the next row. Okay, same thing for the 5th character, 6th character, and then the 7th character. Again, valid codes can be used by combinations of choices in characters 4 through 7 that are in the same row of the table. All ICD-10 PCS codes are 7 characters and they must be valid. Okay, so let's go ahead and just talk here. The first step in coding is locate it. All right, so they're giving us main terms. So we have an appendectomy, cholecystectomy. Our root value here, again, resection, excision. Subterms provide more specific information. Some publishers, it depends. I think we use Buck, so again, they'll have a little dash. So when the main term is the root operation value, example, excision, the subterms will be body parts where the operation was performed. When the main term is common, the reference are provided to the corresponding PCS root operation and body part. Okay, so with that, here a valid code must be chosen directly from the tables, but looking up the code will require, again, you have to study, know your body systems, and you have to know your root operations. This course here for the PCS, you really do have to do studying. You have to study, you have to understand. You have to, like I said, the flashcards are great. I will have things in shared files to help you. So again, we locate in the table 3 or more characters. We find the table, and now we look through that to get the rest of my codes. So let's do a coding demonstration. We have a total laparoscopic cholecystectomy. 2 references. If I go under excision, gallbladder, also, it'll tell me to see resection gallbladder, and we talked about this. There's no need to find the index entry for the main term excision, subterm gallbladder, because again, it'll take you to the same table. So one thing again, we need to know the root here. Is it going to be, when I look it up, if I just put in cholecystectomy, if I look it up in my book, which I have right in front of me, so everybody take a minute. So when I look up cholecystectomy, it is going to tell me where to go in my book. So everybody pause, go ahead and check that out. Again, we're going to say the whole gallbladder was taken out. And with that root, again, that's going to be resection. So it's 0FT4. Okay, I guess they're doing 0FB. So they're going to excision. So my bad. So they're taking out just a portion. Okay, cutting out or off without replacement a portion of a body part. Okay, because the procedure is total cholecystectomy, excision is not the correct root operation. Now, I guess they are going back to saying that. So again, what they want to do, we want to go to 0FT for resection because they're not a total cholecystectomy. They're taking the whole gallbladder out. If it would read partial, then we would use the excision root. Okay, this is why it's very important that you read through your roots. All right, so 0FT is correct on the table. So again, everybody needs to go to the table, which is the back part of the book. And at that point, we need to look for 0FT. And usually 0 again is going to be med surg. So with that, we have, usually it starts out 0, then numbers, okay, and then it goes to letters. So with that, we need to go to 0FT, so you'll have to go a little bit in your book to get to the F part. Again, alphabetical order. Okay, so 0F, so where we're at, 0FT, okay? So with that, again, as I'm looking in my book, medical surgical resection, all right? First column, we know it's the gallbladder. Again, I got to stay in that same row, all right? And then it's going to be percutaneous endoscopic, because that's what it's stated up here for what I was going to have done for the approach. And then no device, no qualifier. So my code for this one is going to be 0FT 4ZZ. Okay? Coding demonstration here. Below knee amputation. Distal portion right leg. So a couple of different things here. We have main term amputation, and it tells you to go to detachment. So I know then main term detachment. So again, everybody look in their book. Look for the main term detachment. Go that route. Go to the subterm leg. And then they have additional. Specify lower and then left and right. Okay, so one nice thing here, it gives me my whole code. I guess it gives me 6 digits. The code is almost complete except it only has 6 characters. Now I have to go to the table. I have to go to the table 0Y6. I have to go to the appropriate row for the body part, which is character H for lower leg right. Okay, so again, and then 0. And then here's the thing. So as this particular case refers to below the knee, which 3 is for low. Okay, so again, this information is going to be in your book. If you have any questions, make sure you ask. So again, here's a nice little demonstration of what the table looks like. So I looked it up in the alpha. It gave me 0Y6. I find lower leg right. I stay in this row, 0, Z, and then again, I have the pick between high, mid, low. So with that, again, we know it's low, and that's my code. Okay, so the UHDDS for reporting procedures state that all significant procedures are to be reported. Most hospitals do not code ancillary or diagnostic procedures in the inpatient setting, just because the different departments pick those up. Definition of significant procedure, surgical and risk, anesthetic risk, procedural risk, and meeting various reporting requirements. Okay, so just again, read through this. Basically, my point of this lecture was to show you how to find a code. Okay.